Hey guys, welcome back for another video. If you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Ashley, and I know this is kind of weird because normally I do speed ups, but I kind of want to start being a little bit more personable and talking to you guys and doing more step-by-step tutorials. So there will be some speed throughs at certain parts, just kind of where I'm doing the same thing over and over and over. So today I'm going to be featuring a lace wig from the company WowEbony. You guys have seen this company featured on my channel a few times, and as always they do have the tissue paper with their logo embossed in gold, which is really nice. You open it up and there is like a little booklet with some influencers on the back, and then you continue to open and you have your wig. So if it was a surprise before, we are going to be doing a blonde short wig with a dark root. Tucked in the back you do have a couple goodies. So you have some wig caps. Normally these are too light for my complexion, but all I do is I just add my foundation powder all over the top and it will blend perfectly. And then also they give you elastic, but it is a nice thick piece. If you know me, you know I love the thicker elastic. I believe this is a 2-inch, and you just kind of like, normally you would want your elastic to sit right behind your ear. You don't want it in front of your ear because whenever your wig comes here, it's not gonna lay flat for like your edges and your baby hair and all that. So right behind the ear on both sides. This is the amount of elastic I would say fits my head without stretching it. But again, this is the elastic, and the point is to use the stretching capability so that when this stretches around your head and then when you let it go and pull, it's gonna like literally just like pull the wig, your lace back super tight and make it fit. So since we're already here, I'm gonna go ahead and cut out a piece. Again, I wanted to start here. If I just measure it exactly to my head, it's here, but we kind of just want to pull it taut and make it feel tight. Now the goal is not to see how tight you can pull it, it's to see how tight you can pull it and it still feels comfortable. So again, we're here, and then we're gonna make it a little bit tighter. And I would say right here, you kind of just feel it and just hopefully it's not too tight. I feel like this is a good amount right here, so I'm gonna hold it in place and I'm gonna cut it. So all you do is just cut it. So essentially we have two pieces. If you really need it, this one is going to be a little bit tighter, so you may not want to use it. But also I'll show you right away is that this is going to be here, and then you see it doesn't fit until I stretch it. And if I really needed this piece and I wanted to use it and I put it in my wig and it ended up too tight, when this is already sewn in my wig and I find my wig to be too tight, normally what I do to cut some slack is I'll cut it like halfway like this. Literally, I'll take my wig off and I'll just cut a bunch of slits in it, like so, and they don't have to be, and it kind of makes it messy and tacky, so eventually you do want to switch it out. But the point is that sometimes when you put that elastic in and then like you go somewhere and you realize, baby, that wig is too tight, and all you want to do is take it out. So by doing that, I was able to literally make the elastic fit perfectly without being too tight, without removing it and re-sewing it. And then like I said before, you go back as soon as you have a chance and you sew in a piece that actually fits without it being tacky like this. Hopefully that makes sense.
So here we're going to speed things up. You're going to place your wig on your mannequin head inside out, and we're pretty much going to use the combs that are on the sides as markers. Most of your wigs that you purchase will have these, and these pretty much are the perfect location right behind your ear to sew the elastic. And I just literally sew it directly on. Be sure to knot it at the end so that it does not unravel. And you're good to go on this side. I'm very careful. I definitely like double, triple, quadruple knot before I move on. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the other end and do the same thing on the opposite side. Now you will have to pull it taut and it will move. So if you want to use some T-pins, I have some great ones linked down below, and you can use those and do the same step of sewing the elastic on and then knotting. And this is pretty much what it should look like when you're done.
This is what the elastic looks like in your wig once you take it off the mannequin head. There was some excess lace back here. I cut that off. If it hangs off like this, cut it off, you don't need it. And I adjusted the strap so it should fit flawlessly. So this is what the wig looks like on. Now normally I would go ahead and color this wig, but I'm going to try and finesse it and see if we can get it to look good for us without coloring it, because I just want to be a blonde today. So if you want a side part, that would be cute too. As you guys can see, there are a lot of flyaways. I don't know if the camera's picking up. There are a lot of flyaways in it, but there's also a lot of bounce and body at the root. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up the parting and make sure the wig is centered.
This is pretty self-explanatory. I use my favorite wax stick, and everything is linked in the description box to go ahead and tame all those flyaways that I showed you before, and also to make sure that the parting does not revert back or move. And then I'm going to use an electric hot comb to go ahead and pretty much press the root out so that everything is flat, smooth, and sleek.
We are cutting off the lace. I am using a little eyebrow scissors. It's great to have a pair of these just for grooming in general. Now you can just cut in strips like this if this makes you a little bit more comfortable, because I do get quite a bit of questions of how I cut the lace, and literally I just cut lace. Like this is lace and this is like where the hair starts. I want to cut as much of this off and leave as much of this, but sometimes you will find yourself like a little bit nicking the hair and cutting it off. That is not a big deal to me. So if you watch my tutorials, you'll notice that a lot of the times like I cut a little bit of the hair and you'll see it. It's not a big deal. You just cut. You just cut as close as possible. And like here, there's a little hair there. I can leave it or I can clean it up. Don't, you know, beat yourself up too much about cleaning it up.
Today I opted for a cream to go ahead and fill in the parting. This one is linked down below, and on the hairline I'm going to use a powder, and you'll see that in just a moment. And I feel like this combination worked great. It wasn't too orange, and in person it blends flawlessly with my skin.
And then go on top. Now again, I don't know if you guys can tell, but this wig fits tight enough that I don't really need to bond it down. This one definitely can be worn glueless, but because the lace is lighter than my complexion, I just kind of feel like you can see like that. And so I'm just going to take a rat tail comb, get the tail end wet, and kind of go over those parts that are too light. And I kind of like the way this goes in the front. You can't really see the lace that well, so I don't need baby hair there, but I am gonna go like on the side of it and just take a little bit of hair out. Okay, so this is the final look. Forgive me if I look a little bit shiny. I am using a different foundation and I'm just trying to get jiggy with it. If it were like a Door Bob super short, it would be probably a little bit awkward in this color. So I can appreciate the fact that this is a very easy to maintain and manage as far as the length goes. As far as tangling, shedding, smells, shipping, everything was A1 in that department. Shipping was about 3 business days. No tangling, no shedding. Now I haven't worn this for extended period of time obviously, so it's gonna take weeks and weeks and months to know like how long it's gonna last, but it just is a nice quality, a nice texture. It's not too thick or too heavy to where it's gonna, you know, feel crazy, but it also is very a low maintenance 613 blonde. Normally 613 blonde tends to shed a little bit more, and I did not experience any excessive shedding straight out of the pack. And I think a lot of the times when it has a darker root, that definitely makes a big difference in help. This one will definitely be gorgeous with a toner on it or even a hair dye. You guys know I love my Revlon Color Silk in that ash blonde or even the dark ash blonde, and it'll make the root like a nice ash brown and then the ends will be ash blonde. So that's probably what I'll do next. I just kind of wanted to play with it and see what it looked like straight out of the pack, and I do love it. Of course it's gonna just complement me more when I tone it ash, but I wanted you guys to get the effect and see what it is when it comes out of the pack. Definitely looks beautiful, especially with a beat face, but again, it is a blank canvas if you guys want to go ahead and color it. Even if you want to do the watercolor method and do like your red, your pinks, your jades, your greens, your blues, your purples, your orange, or whatever, this is going to do very well as far as dipping it in a watercolor and it literally instantly turning colors. So let me know what you guys think. Should I do a watercolor with this wig or should I do it ash? I'm leaning towards ash, but again, your opinion counts, so let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. A link to this wig and all the details are in the description bar, as well as a list of everything I used, including links if you guys want to shop. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.